Hello, DVCon here. I have here for you kind of a review, and kind of not. It's if you're like me, you've been working on a custom movie trilogy, Perfect Dark of the Moon Optimus for a while, and in doing that, I have ended up getting quite a few articulated hands for them to kind of try and figure out which one I liked best. And I figured since I have them, I might as well shoot a review video and do a quick comparison to pretty much share with everyone that comparison of them all. So first over here, we have the toy accurate articulated hands. These are essentially, made to be the exact Leader Class Optimus toy hands, just articulated. They look pretty much exactly like his toy figure hands. So, pretty much, I guess that's exactly what his hands look like normally. And now you got them articulated. And with these, honestly, with this one, I had a bit of trouble getting these bottom joints to stay in place. It took getting them in there a couple, and then bending the finger a couple of times to make sure it didn't pop out. The thumb here, just kind of turns like all the shapeways thumbs do, all the articulated hand thumbs do. Just on a little ball joint there. That hand, you can see it's just kind of a half 5mm port, a little bit of an indentation there. And once I go over all three really quick, I'll grab some weapons and kind of show you how they're held. These over here are the movie accurate hands, so they're more accurate to how Optimus's hands looked in the movie in terms of aesthetics. So you can see, maybe you can't see it, it's really bright, but the design on the back of his hand is a little different. His fingers are much thinner, which makes him look kind of longer. I mean, they're about the same length, but because they're so much thinner, they just look a lot longer. And, same type of articulation, just really the two joints there. And, make a fist. And I know I need to fight the urge to do ridiculous hand poses. Yeah. Alright, and then over here we have the these are not shapeways, these are I've just called them the KO Leader Class hands, because I don't really remember what company makes them. I got these off eBay. But these are, if you're going for articulation, like full articulation as realistic as possible, I would suggest getting these hands, because, they have the two joints like all the other hands, that's part of it, but the very tips of the fingers also are articulated, which is something that you just do not see very often. And what also separates this from the others is the thumb has all of those too. So yeah, you got that, and it bends, and the tip bends too. And what's really cool about these is, you remember in Dark of the Moon, Optimus did the whole spiked knuckle thing that took out a chunk of Shockwave's side, and these do have those. You just flip these pads back. Come on. Oh my god, never had trouble. There we go. I guess I did the wrong one first. So then, yeah, they're just attached by ball joints there, as you can see. One of each, and then just this little piece, just flip that forward, and then reseal his little top there, and you got your spiked knuckles. So, and then you can do that, yeah. And, guess I should show you the comparison of the hands here, so how they hold weapons. Get them all in a nice fist, so it's not weird when they're holding the weapons. Getting the toy accurate hands into a good fist is difficult because the thumb doesn't really want to go down, so that might cause problems. So get the Mech Tech weapon here, Mech Tech weapon fits quite nicely, quite easily in there. And then we got the Movie Accurate. That is kind of a full wraparound. You can see it's kind of the mech tech and kind of the wider pieces there. That also fits in pretty nicely. A little bit tougher, a little bit more snug. Still no. Oh god, I'm doing that upside down. I'm retarded. Anyway, yeah, a little bit better there. A little bit more of a snug fit, so holds on there. Not too difficult though. And these hands. Again, pretty much same thing, a little bit of a snug fit, not too bad though. You know, they'll all hold. So the mech tech weapon's not really the surprising part. If you're like me, the more important part are the things like this, the KO Leader Class swords that have both 5mm port and handle right there. Personally, for mine, he's not going to use the handle for the swords, but I should show you anyway. So, Movie Accurate, fits in there all the way down, but kind of loose. Kind of really loose. Like, oh my god, it's holding. Okay, I didn't think it would actually hold upside down, but oh, no, it kind of slid there. But yeah, but that's because the Movie Accurate hands, they don't have a full wraparound there. So, that's why, honestly, Movie Accurate hands, or Movie Accurate, Toy Accurate hands, I do not suggest. Again, Shapeways, Toy Accurate hands, don't really suggest. Mainly the knuckles and the hand and the actual holding of weapons and the thumb, just too many problems. I'll probably end up using this for another random custom piece. So if you want to give a random, you know, figure articulated hands where it's not real important what they're doing with them, go for it. And Movie Accurate hands, holding the sword. Yeah, it gets the tip in, but that second little bit doesn't really go past. So, just the tip. Although that does fit pretty snugly, unlike the other hands did. So already it's a little bit better. And honestly, if I really wanted to use the swords, I'd probably just shave down that little extra bit, that little extra piece, so it would slide all the way down. But again, the swords I'm going to use for like the port anyway, so not too important there. And then the KO hands. I haven't actually tried these. That fits in just perfectly. There you go. KO hands fit in perfectly, nice and snug, holds the whole thing just fine. That is surprising and very nice. And just for the record, I also have the battle hooks, which those I will be using the handle for in my figure. So, yeah, fits real nice in there for the fully articulated KO hands. So, Movie Accurate hands, again, just the tip, snug fit, but would require shaving down. And I already moved it. And Toy Accurate hands, not kind of clip in there, but just don't really do crap. You pretty much need to use his fingers to hold it, because once those fingers open, there's like, yeah, nothing holding it. So again, oh, yep, see, there, even like I said, the knuckle just kind of popped out there. I gotta try and jam that back in there. And I guess the other thing about that may change it is I got the strong white and polished, because the first Shapeways order I got, I didn't much care for how gritty it was. Figured I'd see how polished stacks up. So personally, I will be using the Movie Accurate hands. Oops, bumped the camera there. Shaky. Earthquake. So yes, personally, for my figure, I will be using the Movie Accurate hands. I may trim down the knuckles a little bit just because they're so long. But I really like those. Honestly, for most customizers out there, I would guess what you're going for. I would get these because, you know, you got the knuckles, you got full hand articulation, and it holds, you know, all these weapons just fine. And I apologize, I don't exactly have the Buster Prime, you know, bits to hold the Buster Prime gun or anything like that, because, well, I'm cheap and poor and whatever you want to put it, so I got the Amazon exclusive Buster Prime that, you know, cost half as much as the regular one, or the Jetwing Prime, so, and he hasn't been released yet, so I don't have one yet. Anyway, so yeah, I would recommend these. They are one of those things that, you know, there are some things that are kind of loose. These ball joints for the sides are a little loose, but that can all be taken care of really well, because it is a really well-made piece that holds all his weapons really well. So, before I start to ramble for 10 minutes like I already have, I'll leave you with that.